Warning, I am on a journey to handicap home runs in the MLB. I'm not claiming to be sharp. I'm not claiming to have an edge. I bet based on the 3 Ps, pitcher, park, and price. We probably won't win long term. This is for entertainment and education. If you like the video, like the video. No added vig for clicking that thumb. I love you all. Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. It's your host, me. And yesterday wasn't great, not going to sugarcoat it, but I took some time last night and I tried to refine my practice. And I'm not going to make excuses, but Nimmo goes yard, Carroll goes yard, and there was one more who went yard that I looked at. And I said to myself, I have to stop what I'm doing. I'm not playing the people I want because I'm too scared to bet too much. But with this, I think it doesn't, who cares, right? You guys don't have to bet this. I am responsible for myself. I keep saying this. Don't bet all these if you don't want to. I just gave you the warning. So I'm going to play as many as I want to play, because you know what's worse than losing a quarter of a unit? Knowing you could have won 4 units had you just played a couple of guys more that you really wanted to play, but you didn't want to overextend. We did hit Brandon Lowe, Christian Yelich, and finally Jackson Merrill at that lovely price of 8-1. Unfortunately, CJ Abrams did not go yard, although he had 3 hits. So the read was there. He was seeing the ball. Had we hit CJ Abrams and Brandon Lowe, we would have won $587, which would have been fantastic using our Dinger Tuesday 50% boost. We lost about 2 units yesterday. Again, we hit 1 or 2 more guys, and we're in the green. So this could be volatile. I understand that, but we're here. We're trying it. And I need to stop freaking out about it. We are down 0.6 units on the year. Let's look at today. Today's conditions are windy. There's a couple rainout chances in Chicago and in St. Louis, 2 games I stayed off of completely. And the only game that really looks like it has an overwhelming edge in terms of home run percentage boost would be Great American Ballpark. However, I think there are some situations and setups here that are very nice. And you're going to see a lot of picks. In fact, I don't have just this many picks. I have these as well. And I don't care. Again, I don't care. I simply don't. A couple things before we get started. If you want to look at Ballpark Pal, you got to pay now. But if you use my code GMG50, you get $10 off your first year, maybe even second year. We'll see what he decides to do next year. You get $10 off your year. Comes out to about a quarter a day, a gumball a day. A lot of you pay for Starbucks every day. If you can't afford Ballpark Pal, but you can afford Starbucks, look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself some tough questions. Also, Be Better is an odds screen that's completely free, and I really like how they have their setup for home runs. It's easy to consume all of it. It's easy to price check. It has all the main books that you likely have. Check out Be Better if you want to make sure you're getting the best price on your home runs. Let's talk today. We'll start with the game in Cincinnati, early game. Now, you have to keep in mind, noon, 1, 4, get on these picks quick. I'm sorry. It is 10:15. I've given you about 2 hours notice. I got a golf show. We're going to preview the Valero Texas Open, San Antonio Open at noon. So we got that today. Excited. Let's talk. Cincinnati. I got 5 plays for you, 6 plays for you, 7 plays for you. All right. Now notice 2 of them are 0.1 unit plays. Espinal, I don't know if he's going to be in the lineup, but the other is that book, which we won't speak about. It's Fliff. Price check, I'd take him anything over 11-1. Jock Peterson at 4-1, I think is a great price considering the wind, considering the pitching matchup. I don't think Hunter Green, he's already pitched once this year, and I think he is exploitable. So I'm targeting Peterson and Garcia both against Hunter Green. And then the Texas pitcher, Jack Leader, I believe is his name, he had a good start this year. He's also already pitched this year. He pitched okay, but his history in the MLB is not great. The Reds got nearly shut out last night, or they did get shut out after they scored 14. So I'm hoping we can kind of find a middle ground. Maybe they could put up 7. Some of these guys can go yard, and we're good. So Ellie De La Cruz with the torpedo bat, Santino Espinal, Matt McClain. Josh Smith is a Texas Ranger at 0.1, and then Candelario with the chase. We chased on Jackson Merrill yesterday. We're going to chase on Candelario again. Notice that Smith and Candelario are 0.1 units. These were fringe players. These were guys that just barely didn't meet the qualifications. But when I had my flashbacks to last night of Brandon Nimmo and these other Corbin Carroll, I said, no. We're going to get a little action on them, and we're going to get a little piece back if we can pull it off. So if you think about it, if Candelario hits a home run, we recoup 2 of these, right? If both of these guys hit, we recoup all of these. So again, play your units how you feel comfortable. This is what I'm doing. Game in LA is going to favor left-handed batters, I believe, with the wind. And I believe Blake Snell's pitching for the Dodgers. Not interested, especially with Atlanta's putrid offense to start the year. So I will target Atlanta, although I believe I got a stink bug. Why wouldn't I have a stink bug? Why wouldn't a stink bug just... Ohtani is a rare pick from me at that number, 265. I like to go above 300, but considering the matchup, I think he could destroy Bryce Elder. We will not be respecting our elders today in LA. We'll just say that. Ohtani, Max Muncy, Michael Conforto, and Tommy Edman. That is a ridiculous price on Tommy Edman. Listen to me loud and clear. If you have a fresh DraftKings account, if you can get a 0.33, look at this, 0.33 units. That's how good I feel about Tommy Edman. He has 3 this year. He has 3 home runs this year. He's leading his team in home runs. He has a great matchup, great park conditions. I believe FanDuel has this line at 560, if that tells you anything. I don't know if the price is still 12-1. I'd play when I priced it, I said anything over 8-1 I'll take. Whoa, 12-1 is significantly over 8-1 Tommy Edman. Game in Miami. Wind is blowing in, but it shouldn't affect it too much. I think the pressure, the heat, I think all of that will kind of neutralize it. I would call this just neutral conditions. And I'm going to target Brent Batty and Jesse Winker. 2 guys, 2 kind of long shot guys. Of course, Soto and Lindor are going to go yard today since I didn't play them, but their prices were not at a place where I felt comfortable playing them. So Winker and Brent Batty would be my plays in that game. Game in Baltimore, you got Garrett Crochet on the mound. And there are camps of people who believe he's the truth. This bug is, you know what? I'm going to take a second. I'm going to take care of this stink bug. You're going to reflect on Garrett Crochet and whether you believe he is a true gentleman of the game, a true scholar of the game. I don't. Yes, I do. He just got paid too. But I think Baltimore could give him trouble. And I think the first 4 in the lineup for Baltimore could give him trouble. The wind is helping tremendously. Right-handed batters. Garrett Crochet is a lefty. I love the leans here. I love the plays. So we're going to go with Jordan Westberg, Adley Rutschman, Tyler O'Neill, and Wyatt Mountcastle. 9-1, 11-1, 5-1, and 10-1 are all fantastic prices. Again, one of those 4 hits, and we're feeling very, very good about our selections. Game in Kansas City, or game in Milwaukee, rather, against Kansas City, is next. It's a dome stadium, but these guys have kind of struggled. We saw the Royals put up 14 runs 2 days ago, maybe a couple home runs yesterday, but I don't think there were too many. So I'm kind of iffy on this, but I am going to target the pitcher for the Brewers. Gives up a lot of hard contact. So Vinny Pasquantino, I said anything over 400, so he barely makes the cut in my eyes. Michael Massey at 6-1 and MJ Melendez at 560 are good enough to play for me. Washington and Toronto, I failed you yesterday. Washington could not get the bats going. They could not. They didn't do what I hoped and what I expected, and sometimes we're going to swing and sometimes we're going to miss. So this game in Toronto, this is absurd. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I get that the world is on him. I get that the chase is on, not just for me, but for many, many people betting sports. 6-1 is a price that you will not see on Vladimir Guerrero very often, dare I say, ever again. Vladimir Guerrero to hit a home run 6-1 is a tremendous price. Slam it. Okay, Mackenzie Gore is on the mound for Washington, and I think he's going to have some trouble. George Springer, 850, is also a price that I liked for a Toronto batter. Game in Houston, only got one play for you. Framber Valdez is pitching for the Astros, and I looked at some guys. I priced them out. 3 or 4 guys either were right on my number or below my number, so I skipped. I had Wilmer Flores at a 550 number, and he's 10-1 on DraftKings. So we played it. That's, again, I think that value is too good to be true. Leading his team in home runs this year, so we're playing that. Game in the Yankee Stadium. Carlos Rodon is on the mound. I am a true Carlos Rodon reverse Stan. I'm not a fan. He cannot be, he can't consistently go out there and deliver. There are some games where he can just get absolutely shelled. And I think this could be a game where he gets shelled. And so I'm going to take some guys on Arizona that I believe could do some shelling. And that is Randall Grichuk at 7-1 and Eugene. Okay, this is also Tommy Edman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Wilmer Flores, and Eugenio Suarez, I believe, are very mispriced. Eugenio Suarez leads the MLB in home runs this year. He's seeing the ball better than prime Barry Bonds. He's seeing, I mean, when that ball is pitched, he must see a volleyball coming down the pipe. I mean, he's got 5 homers. Wind is going to do nothing but help him. I love the matchup versus Rodon. And I said, do I take a guy under 400? Do I take Eugenio Suarez under 400? I guess if he's 350, 375, I'll take it. 750? 750 for Eugenio Suarez. Is it a trap? I smell cheese. If it, I'll go nibble on some cheese. Eugenio Suarez plus 750, great price. I'd take him to 500 to really get some value. If you want to trust my 375 number, that's fine. But it is what it is. Oakland. We're gonna have to go back twice now. It's gonna be a little bit annoying. I don't know what's going on with their new park. I'm not going to believe this number right now. This is a new park. I think Ballpark Pal is very good at what he does, but I know it's a small sample size, but for the past few days, we've seen some disconcerting numbers in the home run percentage category, but they continue to hit bombs. I mean, there's been, I think, 3 home runs at a minimum every game that's been played there in this series. So let's do it. Let's do it again. I got only Oakland bats, though. We got a lefty on the mound for Oakland, so I think Kyle Tucker, Michael Busch, Ian Happ, those guys will sit for Chicago or may sit. Although I don't think you can sit Kyle Tucker with what he's done, 4 home runs in a row. But I don't like the matchup, so I'm staying off of any batters for Chicago. But I am playing 2 batters for Oakland, JJ Bleday and Tyler Soderstrom. Very close to Lawrence Butler. I said 500, I'd play him. He's 475. I looked again. I said I'm going to kick myself if he does it, but it's an option. Game in San Diego. We hit one last night. Jackson Merrill, thank goodness. Very particular here about what I'm going to do. I think Ben Lively is on the mound, and Ben Lively can give up some balls, give up some contact. So Jake Cronenworth, Gavin Sheets, Jackson Merrill, and Jason Hayward are all plays from me. One of those guys hits, we're good. Gavin Sheets is probably my favorite play on this. He's been seeing the ball well. He's been swinging the bat well. 750 is a good price. I didn't love Jackson Merrill down there. In fact, that's why he's the last one added, because I almost didn't add him. And I said, you know what? The matchup is really good for him. He hit one last night. I think there's something to be said about the psychology of feeling good about what you did previously. Come back for another early afternoon game, feeling good. Let's hit another one. Game in Philadelphia. Kyle Freeland is pitching for Colorado, and I think it is major opportunities for the Phillies. A little cold, though. Not worried about it. We're going to go pretty large here on the spread. Alec Boehm, Trey Turner, JT Realmuto, and Nick Castellanos. A little bit tough on the prices. We hit one. We're good. So I feel good about that. I don't know if any tragedies have happened in the last few days, like worldwide tragedy. So I don't know if Castellanos is the right play. Trey Turner, Alec Boehm uses the torpedo bat. So maybe we can get something there. And then lastly, the last game of the day, or on this list, it's technically not the last game of the day, is the game in Seattle. Detroit against Seattle. I believe we have Luis Castillo on the mound for Seattle, and I am fading him heavily. I think we could see Kerry Carpenter at 520 is criminal. I expected him to be 375. So I love that play. Riley Green has already hit one here during this series, 6-1. I love Colt Keith, been kind of quiet. Guy I loved last year. I said 7-1 would be a good price. 9-1, we'll take it. Zach McKendry and Trey Sweeney. Notice these are half quarter units, 0.12 on the unit. So, whatever your unit is, say it's $50. Your half unit is $25. Okay, your quarter unit is 1250, and then you would have 1250, and you would spend, what is that? It's 575, 625, 625. Sorry, 625 on it, right? So, not quite a quarter unit because these guys were not as confident on my mind. So we got today. If we lose, we go down more units. It is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it, and I hope you don't either. Play the plays you like. Hopefully you can take something from this, and we shall see you tomorrow. But also make sure you check out my show for the Valero Texas Open today. If you can't catch the live stream, you can check it out after the fact. It's at noon, so you can check it out at noon, or you can check it out later, afternoon. I love you. Bye.